Alrighty, this is a response video to 23Penguins32 Brady, the 10 questions. So, what is your favourite word? Collaborate. I'm always excited by the prospect of what can be done when you bring your best ideas along and implement them with somebody else's. Best case scenario, John Lennon and Paul McCartney, Beatles songs. What is your least favourite word? It's a toss-up between well and in it. Although sentences that encompass both are perhaps the most annoying. That was well good in it. What turns you on? When I get a buzz of creative energy in myself and I'm able to create whatever it is I'm doing at the time to a extent that makes me very happy indeed. So yeah, it's my own creations when they're really good, when I'm producing great results. Saying that, of course, and if you mean the other way, then well, it'd be French maids. But yeah, what turns you off? Well, that's going to have to be ignorance. I'll quote Michael Jackson here. That's ignorant. You're being ignorant. Sorry, I just had to. The South Park episode. If you've seen it, you'll understand. Ignorance has held the human race back for too many years now, and it's about time we did something about it, eh? It's held back Homo sapiens being able to progress to a state that could have been better than this by now. We might have been out in space by now, colonising all sorts, but no, what have we got instead? A load of selfishness. What sound or noise do you love? Alright, that one, for me, is going to be the city. Just the ambient sounds of the city. I've always lived in the city. I love the city. When I'm out in the countryside, then everything's too quiet for my liking. It's disturbingly quiet. I like the feeling of there being lots of people around me because it's new possibilities, the chance, the hope. The hope is always there of discovering new people that might be important in your life, or just witnessing things. It's always an interesting buzz. You know, I like walking through a somewhat packed city street to see all the characters going by, and I don't like long queues and that sort of thing like anybody else wouldn't, but a relatively busy area, I like the sound of my city. What sound or noise do you hate? Probably an animal in pain. You know, humans in pain, screw them. You know, but animals, well, especially when they rely on us, like we've gone into the pet shop and we've purchased them, and then we become their providers, and then if we fail them in some way or do something horrible to them, mistreat them, then we're taking away their chance to have an owner that won't do that to them. We're forcibly putting them in that situation, and if we leave them, neglect them, and let them feel pain and cry and these sort of things, then it's an awful, terrible thing. I just hate the sound of an animal in pain because, to me, they are better and more innocent than humans are, and they deserve a lot more respect. They just will do what they will do instinctively. There's no stupid motivations or lies connected to their actions. What is your favourite curse word? It depends on my view of how I use curse words and what I think of them as. Because in this day and age, curse words have become so the norm now, aren't they? They're household words that they've lost a lot of their impact, a lot of their meaning, so that when you utter them, you hear them uttered just in sentences, don't you, very casually. You know, I effing went to the effing, effing this. You're actually starting a sentence practically with the F word, aren't you? What? And you hear sometimes people's thinking time is effing, I'm not going to say the words here in this tape, but you know what I mean? What's that about? Instead of or are, it's been replaced with effing. Instead of, see, I ummed. I'm innocent still. If I want to use a curse word, oh no, interactive dog is back! If I want, careful, if I want to use a curse word, then I'm going to possibly want to shock people out of this state, so I suppose any curse word that will actually still have any impact. find out what that word that person likes and use it to get under their skin, perhaps. Failing that, I think balls is alright, because it's one you can generally just say to anyone, isn't it? Oh, balls. Oh, what a balls up. People won't really get too offended by that one, I think. Oh, balls. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt? Well, it's going to have to be professional writer of some sort, be it comics, movies, novels, whatever. I've got a finger in all of them, and I'm trying to work out quite what it is I'm going to specialise in, perhaps. It's probably a field I am going to have a bit of a dip into in the upcoming. What profession would you not like to do? Practically any profession that doesn't challenge my mind, that doesn't allow me to have to problem solve or think or learn new things. So anything like stacking shelves, for instance, just repetitive tasks like that. So we'll just say basic retail then. That'll do, right? And I don't mean like retail where you're like in a store where things change a lot, like PCs and electrical goods and stuff, because that would be a bit more challenging, wouldn't it? You'd have to learn about the new items and really try and sell it to customers and deal with their issues and their questions and try and find an answer to that sort of thing. But yeah, just basic boring retail where it's just the same thing day in, day out, the same goods. If heaven exists, and what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? Ha! I'll tell you what, I'd like to hear him say, alright, okay, I admit it. What was the point of wasps? Okay, they don't make honey, they sting you and don't die by doing it like a bee. What was the point? I don't know what I was thinking. I think I'd had a heavy drinking night the night before, I'm sorry. And I'd be like, alright, so how do you explain spiders, I'd say? And he'd say, okay, multiple eyes, fangs, venom dripping from it, they're black, they creep up your wall like a ninja to come and get you. They stick to you, they go on you when you're sleeping, they bite you, they make horrible webs and kill things slowly over time and torture them. Oh boy, what was you thinking with spiders? And I want him to just admit that the night before he had a night terror, and then, you know, made an artistic expression as a result of it. And that's what spiders are, damn it. Oh, balls.